Hey butterflies, it's me, your girl Cheron K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly. Yes, I hope that you are flapping your wings. Yes, honey, flapping your wings all around this wonderful world. So, I gotta tell y'all this. This is the second time that I'm doing this video, okay? The first time, literally, I did it in slow motion. And I listened and I'm like, oh my goodness. So here I am again. Okay. So what I want you to do, make sure that you share the video, okay? Share this video because that way it will reach more people and it will help my algorithm. So I appreciate you in advance. So let's jump right into it, okay? So on last evening, I literally went down the TikTok rabbit hole. And the reason I went down the TikTok rabbit hole for about 4 or 5 hours is because I just watched how meticulously this woman took care of her husband as he was dying, right? So oh my God, like the medical racism that existed was horrible. I've never seen someone in so much pain where they're screaming out and crying in the hospital when they literally have medication. The great thing is the wife actually fought for her husband and got him the care that he needed, right? So I just watched that. I cried a lot and I laughed a little. They were married 18 years. It was such a beautiful love story, right? I like how they interacted, all of that. And one thing that she said about her husband is that he was consistent since day one, okay? He had been taking care of her since day one and then taking care of the children. And she took care of that man unto death. So rest well, sir. His name was Jarrell. Rest well, Jarrell. And prayers to his beautiful young wife for just holding everything down. The children, her spouse, the family. Okay, so beautiful. So then today I happened to stumble across a video where this young lady, she's ranting about her baby's father and how, you know, they're not together, and his mom, I forget what about, something about the mom's head or something, I don't know, something like that. And she was saying that like the mom just totally interfered in their relationship. And I don't know if you watched my reel sometime back, maybe a few weeks back, about how some mothers like coddle their sons and think that their sons are their boyfriends or husbands. And I'm like, ma'am, that is not your husband, okay? That is not your boyfriend. That is your son. So mothers, don't raise these boys thinking that that's your man. And that's why some of y'all probably don't have a man, is because you won't allow a man to come into this space or your space because your son is taking up that space, okay, as your man. And no grown-ass man wants to compete with your son, period, okay? I understand that sons protect their mothers. I love it, right? But the fact is, that's not your boyfriend or your husband. So son, move over, okay? So I watched that whole video and I went down that rabbit hole a little bit. And some people were saying, well, you know, you shouldn't have had a baby by a man and you weren't married to him. People, okay? People, just because you're married and you have a baby by a man that does not mean that the man is going to stay or he's going to be in your lives for forever. Make that make sense. Okay, I understand what you're saying, because I know some older people who would say, I would never have a baby by a man that didn't marry me. But just because you have that child, right, when you're married, doesn't secure the deal, right? What secures the deal in a marriage is two people that want to be there. Period. Okay? Period. Women leave, men leave. It happens. Okay? It happens, and it's okay. For the women that are saying, well, I wouldn't have a baby by a man and not be married to him, that's you. So don't have a baby by a man that you're not married to, period. Okay? I'm just saying. I am just saying. Let's stop putting all of our views and our issues on other people. Everyone thinks for self, or should at least, right? We all think differently. And some people might agree and some people might not agree. You know, I just happen to be one of those people who was married before I had children, except for the first time, but he married me while I was pregnant. I'm just saying, okay? And we still broke up. So that's my point to you. So then I came across another video where a young lady was saying that her brother was with this nice young woman for 10 years. They broke up, and her brother literally got with someone new and married that young lady in 7 months. Now, here's my point. Ladies and gentlemen, do not allow someone to waste your time, right? If your intention is to be married and to start a family, right, then you need to be upfront with that, and you need to put a time limit on that, right? For instance, when I met my husband, I was already grown. I think I was 48, and I was like, look, I don't want to be playing house. I'm getting married. So that's my intentions. And he was like, well, I'm never getting married again. And I said, well, I am, right? And we end up being together. But I did put a time limit on it. I said, in a year, if we're not married, then a year and a day, you're single, right? So we weren't married, but we were engaged, and we got married at 18 months, which is a year and a half, okay? But I wasn't going to keep playing with the idea of, oh, I want to get married and you don't. So in my mind already, I knew what I was going to do. As wonderful as the relationship was, my intentions was, if I didn't get what I wanted, I was out. Because what's the point of toiling with an idea and not getting what I want, right? And I'm happily married. You know, he's happily married. We love each other. We have a great relationship. So am I telling you to put pressure on men? I'm not telling you to do that at all. But what I am saying is, don't allow anyone to waste your time if marriage is what you really want. Okay? Now, I have to say this. I met someone and they were saying that they were with their guy 10 years before they got married. So I said, oh, okay, tell me about it. You know, and they were in college. So there was a lot of little things that had to be completed, right, before they got married, because they started dating in their youth. But when you're grown, baby, don't allow nobody to waste your time. Okay? When you know what you want, you know you're worth all of that. See you later. I enjoyed this relationship. I had so much fun. I love you, but I'd rather hurt now than hurt later, because you won't marry me, or you already know that marriage isn't in your future. Period. Okay? So Just a FYI, don't allow anyone to waste your time. My key takeaway is when you're in a marriage or a relationship, take care of each other. Love on one another. Because at the end of the day, we do not know when our last second on earth is going to be. Okay? We don't know. And you don't want to live in regret. And I know by watching the young lady who took care of her husband, there probably was no regrets. Because she was so in tune with her husband. And she loved him and she was there. And, you know, as he was transitioning from his physical body into the spirit world, she just was talking to him and just encouraging him and letting him know it's okay and we love you and go see your mom. Like literally that broke my heart. That really, really kind of like, I was just crying. I was like, God, like, wow, like I don't know what I would do. I know I would take care of my husband. That's a definite. But just living without him. So I want to tell you this, right? At the end of love is pain. You probably say, what? The end of love is pain. So either someone's going to walk out of your life, right? You're going to get divorced or whatever, or someone's going to die. But either way you look at it, it's going to be pain involved when you experience love. And you have to ask yourself, is the love that you want to experience worth the pain at the end? For me, it definitely is. If something happened to my husband, I feel that I would not have to get married again. One, because I did it successfully, and that's what I wanted to do. I've been married 5 times. This is my 5th marriage. And all I wanted to do was experience love and be in a successful marriage. So I've done that. So no, I wouldn't get married again. Plus, I believe it would take multiple people to measure up to my one husband. And that's how I feel. Maybe someone out there exists like him. I don't know. But I don't think anyone could measure up to who he is as a person. Right? So I want to give a shout out to Instagram. I actually went to an Instagram influencers networking event, which was so phenomenal. Oh my God, I met so many content creators. I networked a lot. I learned a lot. So I'm grateful. Thank you, Instagram, for the invite. But what I want you to do is like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so like the video, share the video, and subscribe to my channel for more great content. So what I am going to say to you, I am not one of those content creators where I'm going to have like all these different points and, you know, writing 1 and 2. And some days I might, but most of the time I'm just going to literally share from my heart. So you're going to have to catch the nuggets in it, catch the diamonds in it, right? And use those as tools to get you where you need to go. Okay, so this is your girl, Cheron K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly. I am praying that this video is it because, like I said, I did the video one other time in slow motion. So hopefully it's not like this. So have a blessed week. See you on Monday. If there is something that you want to ask me, if something you want me to answer, something you want me to talk about, please reach out to me, and I promise you I will answer your questions. I will create content based on what my audience is interested in. So I love you, I honor you, and be blessed and be encouraged always, okay? And remember to live, because life is short and then we die, okay? So take care.